Join us! Join us!
Well, well, well. On this day 2 years ago,
Yay!
well, this time period 2 years ago,
Ish.
a new revolution of wrestling begun. Well, I'd like to think it was, but no.
Revolution? What?
I'm out of it today. There you go.
De-evolution is more
Because, yeah, there you go. This is the de-evolution of wrestling right here. Episode 98, but it's the 2-year anniversary edition of the Shadow Kvlt. It's only a 3-man episode here. Myself, Scott, and James, as Walter's not here tonight and Ricky's at work. But if somehow Ricky
somebody
pops
changed
in
the
an
schedule
hour,
on us.
Yes, somebody decided last minute, oh, by the way, I gotta wash my hair at 9.
Uh-huh. Use the same shampoo as balls.
Anyway,
you almost got me.
Hi.
You almost got me there, Scott.
I know.
Everybody out there, hi, how y'all doing?
Hi.
But you wanted the worst, you got the worst.
You got the worst.
But except we're going to be changing
We're
the
gonna
worst
make
to
it
something that's not so
something
terrible.
that's worse. At least mine's worse. Because it's just mind-bogglingly stupid.
Awesome.
See, you decided to take the easy way out and try to make everything worse.
You took the Red Rooster idea and made it a chicken. Instead of what its intention was.
The yellow chicken? So, the topic tonight? Last year,
yes.
we live streamed Heroes of Wrestling. This year, we're going to try and make things a little better. We're rebooking Heroes of Wrestling. However, there are some rules to this. First, there's no copping out and saying, oh, I'm taking these guys and these guys. No. You must use who was on that show. You can take anybody off you want, but whoever's on the card has to be from the actual Heroes of Wrestling show.
Yeah.
That's the main criteria. With that, you can do anything you want.
Yes. Well, a good place to begin as far as the rebooking of this show. So we each have our own cards, and do with that what you will. So
this
I
is
figured
not going to take long for each one of us to really get into it because, there's only so much you can talk about with this thing. So
yes.
Chances are we're going to get through our discussions pretty quickly. And if we have time, we can maybe pick and choose for
the ultimate card. The ultimate card for Heroes of Wrestling.
The ultimate brand new Heroes of Wrestling.
Ultimate Hero of Wrestling. UHOW. Yoo-hoo!
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 Drink your Yoo-hoo.
Drink your fucking Yoo-hoo.
Yep. Sponsored by Yoo-hoo.
There you go.
No, we're not sponsored by Yoo-hoo.
Not yet.
Hey, Yoo-hoo, we're looking.
Watch somebody who's in the chat right now that has 2K22 makes a fucking simulation of this show.
Please do it. Do it.
Yes.
Tag us in it. We want to watch it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I want to see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
this is a night where, motherfucker, I am so disappointed Walter and Ricky can't be on here.
I know.
Man, I wanted to hear what they come up with.
Ricky
so
didn't have anything.
Ricky just rewatched the show, and he wasn't even going to bother redoing anything, so that's already a loss.
I really would have liked, though, then Walter was going to do.
Walter would have probably had something good.
Yeah, yeah, I know he would have, because we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. I was like, just we weren't throwing ideas at each other, but just the concept, oh my God, stuff we can do with that. And I know he would have come up with some good stuff. And wish he had sent it to us after he sent the message he can't make it tonight, and that's cool. He's got family stuff. We understand it. But, man, send us the fucking card, I want to hear what he had to say. I know he's been busy, and maybe he didn't have time to come up with something, but still, it would have been fun.
Mean Metal Mike says, this show is sponsored by Krusty Burger and Chris Barnes Sandwich Couch. A sandwich couch?
Sandwich
Hey, listen,
couch.
you see this fucking couch? It's mine. It's all mine. If I catch anyone sitting on this couch, they will have their dicks chopped off and I'm gonna eat them. Wait, no, that's my dog.
Hey.
What do you think I put in the burgers?
For the 3-year anniversary, it's going to be Krusty and Chris Barnes calling Heroes of Wrestling.
God damn
Heroes
it,
of Wrestling. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be great.
And for the 4th-year anniversary, it's going to be booking Heroes of Wrestling 2.
Who?
For February 2000. That never happened.
Right.
Please kill me.
So, anyway, the anniversary has to do with Heroes of Wrestling. We've set it in stone.
Yeah, it's
I have not agreed to it. Nope.
It's 2
Anyways.
to 1.
Anyways.
2 to 1, and if we're
Overruled.
all here, it'd be 3. So
3 to
majority.
1. Yeah, so kind of you have to deal with it.
Well, you know.
But anyways,
Well, you
what
know.
the hell are you jackasses doing? Scott, why don't you kick things off for this goddamn show?
You want me to start? Okay.
Yes.
I'll start.
Cool.
Because mine's as serious as you can get, because I actually fixed this show. Mine's not really silly at all. So, based upon the pay-per-view and all that stuff, this is the format I have. So we start the pay-per-view off. Opening fanfare, we plug some matches, we do all this stuff. We cut to our ring announcers, Dutch Mantell, and whatever the fucking other guy's name was. By the way, if this is fantasy, I'm replacing that guy, and me and Dutch are doing commentary.
You weren't on Heroes of Wrestling.
It's fantasy. So let's have a little fun here with this. So we have Dutch in the commentary, dude. They're plugging matches that are going to happen on the show and so forth and so on. We're going to cut to the back, and the interviewer is standing there with Captain Louis Albano, there to announce that he is the commissioner of Heroes of Wrestling. They did this on the actual show. We're going to keep that idea here and go with that because it makes sense. It'll be a good nostalgia feel to it. You need some kind of authority figure. Why not the capper? So we'll have Captain Lou as the commissioner. We go to match 1. The Samoan SWAT team with Sika, that other dude, he can stay in the back.
Samu and Samoan Savage.
With Sika.
No, the other manager.
There was another manager.
Oh, another manager.
Whoever that is, bye-bye. You can go away now. Samoan SWAT team take on the team of copyright issue, the bush herders, the sheep whackers, the men from down under, whatever you want to call them. I just called one of your matches, didn't I? Yep, I did. See, the boy learned from the best. Boy learned from the best. And so we got that. That is the opening match. Going to go 6 to 8 minutes. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just straight up heel face tag team. Samoans collide into each other, miscommunication, double roll up, 1, 2, 3, herders go over. Nice and simple. We cut to the back. We have an interview with the one-man gang who promos a match with Jake the Snake Roberts. We'll come to that later on. Or will we? Match number 2, Greg the Hammer Valentine with Sensational Sherry against Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Now, in real life, missed that one.
Wow.
Right? Now, in real life, Neidhart had supposedly had a contract, he said, with WWE or WCW where he couldn't do jobs on pay-per-view. Speculation, whatever, because it does happen. If we have that situation, then we're just going to go with it. These guys are going to do 8 minutes. They don't have to kill each other, have a solid match. Sherry's going to be out there running all around, but during the match, George the Animal Steele is going to come out and be gawking at Sherry. And every time she kind of turns the corner, he's right there looking at her. And then she tries to get away from him. He comes around the other side, he's gawking at her. Whatever they do in the ring, doesn't really matter. Jim can hit the power slam on Greg. Sherry jumps up on the apron, scratches Jim back, whatever. Referee sees it, DQ. Jim's going to win by DQ. Which after the match, Sherry's going to turn around, see George there. She's going to scream and run off, and George is going to follow her out. Then we're going to cut to, kind of like they did in the real pay-per-view, we're going to cut to a pre-taped segment with Stan Lane and Tully Blanchard. But out of this, Lane is going to be painted as the babyface. Whereas they didn't do that with the other one, because Tully ain't no fucking babyface. So, but they're not going to have like an altercation of any kind. You could have Stan Lane kind of rolling up to the back of the building with his bag. The interviewer's there to meet him. They chat for a little bit. And then here comes Tully walking in right behind him. Tully whips off the sunglasses, makes some kind of snide comment. Stan turns around, face to face. They just start organically yelling at each other, have a little bit of an argument, and just say, see you later. And we're out of the segment just to set up something for later on. We cut back to the interview segment, because we're back in real time now, where the bush herders, men from down under, are being interviewed. When out of nowhere comes Abdullah the Butcher. Abby is going to attack both of them, and he's going to put Butch down. The Butcher puts Butch down. Say that 5 times fast. While Butch goes down, Luke and Abdullah are going to start fighting. They fight in the interview segment. They fight through the curtain, down the entranceway. They fight all around ringside. Both are going to get juice. This is not going to go long. It's a 5-minute brawl. They never have to get in the ring, just for Abby's sake. They don't have to get in the ring. They just keep pawing at each other, fighting back and forth, grabbing whatever they can. You could have Abby's got Luke down. He's got the fork in his freaking head stabbing away. Butch is going to recover, come from the back. And we're not talking about Pete Dunne here, okay? We're talking about Butch from the Bush Herders. He's coming out from the back with a 2x4 or a crutch or a chair, whatever. Gets one shot in on Abby just to get him away from Luke. Butch gets Luke away. Abby's manager, Honest, whatever his freaking name is, he could do the old Gary Hart deal where he puts the towel over Abby's eyes, which that kind of discombobulates Abby to where he doesn't attack people anymore, just to get him out of it. It's just to get him on there and get it done. He leaves. There's the Bush Herders there, and they get a reaction from the crowd. Cut to the back. We have another interview with Too Cold Scorpio, who's promoting a triple threat match he has later on that night. Now we're going to have some fun. We go to the ring. The one-man gang makes his way down to the ring for his match with Jake Roberts. Gang gets in the ring. Ring announcer introduces Jake. Jake doesn't come out. Everyone in the arena is kind of looking around, what the hell? Now, they did not have like a huge Titantron or a big screen of any kind, as far as I remember, in the actual arena. Thank you. So, the ring announcer for the audience is going to try introducing Jake again. The pay-per-view audience instead is going to see a shot of Jake flat out on his face on the ground in the back. The camera's going to sweep over to the left, and there's a pair of boots, and it pans up to see King Kong Bundy. Bundy stands over Jake, kind of does a and walks off. While the ring announcer is interviewing Jake again, Bundy now comes through the curtain and walks down the ring. Now everybody in the arena is going to be like, what the fuck is this? Bundy steps in the ring. He steps up to Gang, and they both hug each other because they're old Heenan family buddies. Bundy takes the microphone and says, all you idiots, you wanted to see that no good piece of trash, Jake Roberts? Well, guess what? I had a lot of scores to settle tonight, and I just settled one with that piece of trash. You are not going to see that snake come out here tonight. Boo, hiss, whatever. Bundy can keep hanging on the, getting heat on the crowd. Captain Lou Albano, the commissioner of Heroes of Wrestling, going to come on out there, take the mic and say, Bundy, you just ruined this match for this audience to see between Gang and Jake. So I hope you guys aren't busy because I, as the commissioner, I'm putting you both in a tag team match right now. And it's going to be against these two men. And out come Superfly Jimmy Snuka and the wrestler formerly known as Yokozuna. We get an impromptu Gang, Bundy, Snuka, Yoko match. They have a straight up, basic match. A lot of heat on Snuka. That's why he's in the match, just to sell and do all that stuff. Now, depending upon Jake's condition, will depend upon which finish we use. Because in both cases, the baby faces are going to go over. That's simple. If Jake is in no condition to come out of that curtain, you never see him on this show. It's as simple as that. Pay him his fucking money and send him out there. Just get that shot of him face down on his face down on the ground. If Jake is in good condition at this point, because this is earlier in the show than the main event in real life, then you could get Jake involved. You bump the referee, Snuka's on the floor, Gang is down, Bundy's pounding on Yoko in the corner. Jake's going to run out from the back with the snake, whip the bag open, the snake's going to slide in the ring, Bundy's going to see the snake, freak out, jump out of the ring. Snuka's going to catch him, though, and they're going to start fighting. Jake's going to roll in, Gang feeds up, turns around, Jake grabs Gang, DDTs him, grabs the snake, jumps out of the ring of Bundy, chases him off. Yoko can hit an elbow or a leg drop or something like that. Cover, pins Gang, 1, 2, 3. From that one, We now go to the back segment there for another interview, and this time we're going to be interviewing Tommy Rogers. And as he's being interviewed, Cowboy Bob Orton is going to step in, and they're going to have a little bit of a beef, setting up for something later on. Next matchup, triangle, three-way dance, whatever you want to call it. It's three guys in elimination. Too Cold Scorpio versus Julio Fantastico versus Marty Jannetty. Now, Marty, again, was in questionable condition that night, so depending on how bad he is at this point, Marty may be in the match 2 minutes, he might be in it 5 minutes. Regardless of that, Julio is going to pin Marty, eliminate him, leaving Julio and Too Cold to have their match, very similar to what they did on the real pay-per-view. I guess the story was, though, that their time got cut or something like that, so they didn't get to go as long as they wanted. If I could, I'd give them 15 minutes bell to bell to do whatever they wanted. And in this fantasy scenario, Too Cold does not miss the finish. He actually hits it and covers Julio and pins him 1, 2, 3. By the way, Too Cold is not coming out with any lame-ass replica belt. That ain't happening. We cut now to another interview with Sensational Sherry. She's back there, and she's screaming and yelling and hollering, just going nuts. And the interviewer is kind of like, very nervous while she's yelling at him. She's yelling about Captain Lou, yelling about Jim Neidhart, all this other stuff. But the interviewer is going to be like looking at her, but he's also looking behind her because coming behind her is George the Animal Steele. Steele is getting closer and closer, and the interviewer is like, and then Sherry picks up what he's doing and goes and yells in his face, like, "What are you doing?" And he could just go like, Sherry turns around, face to face with George. He kind of, huh? She screams in his face, runs off. George steps up. He sees Sherry running off, looks at the interviewer, looks in the camera, and just goes, "Elizabeth?" We cut back to the ring.
Coming to the ring, Bubba! The Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov coming up, Bubba!
The other guy in the Russian outfit is not coming out there. Don't know who you are, don't care, go away. Sheik and Volkov come to the ring. Sheik takes the microphone, runs down America, runs down the fans, does his usual shtick. He tells everybody, get up and stand up for this man, Nikolai Volkov, to sing you the Russian national anthem. And Nikolai goes, and Sheik is like, look at him like, what are you embarrassing me for? Sing your national anthem. Volkov's going to say, Sheik, I don't hate America like you do. I love America. I live here. And if I'm going to sing any national anthem, I'm singing the American national anthem. Well, that'll get a huge pop in the crowd. Nikolai will start singing. Sheik jumps him from behind. Ref hits the ring. We have an impromptu match here between Sheik and Volkov. Now, this ain't going to go long. Trust me. This is going to be about 5 minutes, maybe. Volkov had Sheik in the corner, pounding away. Referee steps in between, pushes Volkov back. Iron Sheik does the old loading of the boot gimmick. Volkov steps in, takes one shot to the gut. He bends over to sell it. Boom, one shot to the head. Down he goes. Sheik covers. 1, 2, 3. Sheik beats Volkov. Leading up now, we go back to the commentary team. They're going to do a wraparound because our main event is up next. They're going to do a wraparound of the matches that you saw earlier on, plugging possibly Heroes of Wrestling 2 in February, that whole situation there too. And we go to the main event of this Heroes of Wrestling. I got these guys on the show. We have representatives from 4 of the best tag teams in Jim Crockett Promotions history. So I'm putting them out there in the main event. Tully Blanchard and Bob Orton against Tommy Rogers and Stan Lane. And if you really want to go over the top with it, you make it 2 out of 3 falls. And let's not reinvent the wheel here. Make it very simple. Babyfaces win the first fall in like 40 seconds. Heels win the second. Third fall, Stan Lane beats Tully Blanchard to win the match for his team. And the last thing you see is Tully and Tommy with their arms raised. And we go to black.
Okay.
That was really good.
All right. James.
All right. My Heroes of Wrestling card. First off, commentary team, I'm taking Rosenblum off, and I'm doing Dutch and Captain Lou on commentary. During the pre-show, I have Mantell address the Gordon Soley situation, because Gordon Soley was advertised. They'd never mentioned him once, say that couldn't be there, but my new commentating colleague for the night is Captain Lou Albano. They run through the matches during the countdown. I left off, in terms of wrestlers, I left Too Cold Scorpio and the Bushwhackers off. And in terms of not used, Rosenblum, and the no-name managers. Those guys, whatever.
Okay.
In between each of the matches, I do live or recorded promos, commentators talking, all that in between all the matches. So it's match, promo, talking, match, so on and so forth. And then I re-air the Mantell addressing the Gordon Solie situation at the very start of the show, for those who didn't see the countdown show. So I open up the show with match 1, Jake Roberts versus Julio Fantastico. Commentators, show introduction, they run down the card. Fantastico comes down, interrupts the commentators. He runs down the crowd, runs down the legends, runs down Roberts, insists that Robert comes out right now. Jake's music plays, no entrance. They keep doing it. Jake comes from under the ring. He slides in behind Fantastico. He's behind him. Bell rings. Turn around. DDT 1, 2, 3. Roberts beats him in about 10 to 15 seconds. Puts the snake on him. And then he's gone. Because you're going to have Jake at his least not fucked up. So keep it short. Keep it sweet. Next on the card, Midnight Express versus Fantastics, Stan Lane versus Tommy Rogers. That's the story there. The longtime rivals of two teams from 10 years earlier. Let them go about 9 or so minutes. Lane cheats to beat Rogers in the end there. Next up, Bob Orton Jr. versus George the Animal Steele. You get some comedy spots, you get some serious spots, let them go about 6 or so minutes. Orton cheats to win, and then post-match you get George Steele antics, chewing the turnbuckle, so on and so forth. Match number 4, Jimmy Snuka versus Greg Valentine with Sensational Sherry. Albano, he's commentating, talking about some of the history between the two of them. Sherry cheats for Valentine the whole match. You get a ref bump. Continual cheating. Albano has had enough, stops the cheating, and then Valentine confronts Albano, salt in Valentine's eyes, Superfly splash, let them go about 9 minutes, and Snuka gets the win. Match number 5. Marty Jannetty versus Tully Blanchard. Rockers versus Brainbusters. You get emotional promos from the both of them before the match about redemption and all that stuff. And then just let them go out there 15 or so minutes Broadway. You don't need any sort of winner. Just let them go out there, wrestle to a draw, get a post-match show of respect, go from there. My main event, the 1-ton colossal tussle 8-man tag.
Whoa.
Yokozuna, Jim Neidhart, and the Simone SWAT team with Sika versus Bundy, Gang, Abdullah the Butcher, and Volkov with Sheik. You talk about the family ties with Yoko and the SWAT team, the tag team ties with Yoko and Anvil. Who do they have in common? Owen. Bring up that stuff. You have Sika and Sheik fight on the outside, fighting, being generous. They just punch whatever. Heels get heat on everyone but Yoko. You keep Yoko on the apron until the finish, because I have Yoko do 4 things. Avalanche in the corner, Uranage, leg drop, bonsai drop on who really cares. Let them go about 10 minutes, and the faces win. Post-match, faces celebrate, roll credits.
Oh, man. Okay.
I like it. Now we're going to get stupid.
Okay.
We had 2 serious cards, and now...
Yep. Now let's see.
Okay.
Oh, joy.
So, show starts off with Captain Lou doing the shtick to plug the show, and the commentary situation, we're going to have a 3-man booth of Mantell, Albano, and Rosenblum, so we can get the most ridiculous commentary of the fucking century. And we kick things off with Tommy Rogers versus Stan Lane in a chicken suit match. They both.
I told you it was gonna get stupid.
Whoever loses has to wear a chicken suit and do the chicken dance. And these guys go about 10 minutes, and I have Tommy Rogers win. Stan Lane puts on the chicken suit, does the chicken dance, before Tommy Rogers kicks him in the face. End of story. So then you get a promo for the Bushwhackers, because the next match, it's Bushwhackers Samoan SWAT team. Like, literally, when I heard Scott say it, I'm like, you bastard, I had that on my card.
What's the stipulation with this one?
Just a normal tag match.
Okay.
Just a normal tag match. Doesn't need anything extra. Match goes about 6-7 minutes. Match goes 6-7 minutes, and the Samoan SWAT team absolutely dismantle the Bushwhackers. Then we get a promo segment from Tully Blanchard, because he's setting up for the first of 2 Fatal 4-Way matches I have on the show. This one's going to be a standard 4-Way. It's going to be Tully Blanchard versus Marty Jannetty versus Julio Fantastico versus Too Cold Scorpio. In a Fatal 4-Way. This will be the longest match of the night, about 15 minutes. And you have Julio, Scorpio, and Jannetty do the bulk of the match, whereas like Tully tries to get some comebacks but keeps getting shot down by everybody else. But then towards the end, suddenly Tully comes with this house of fire and just starts wailing on everybody. Hits the finish on Julio. 1, 2, 3. Tully wins this 4-Way. Then we get a promo from Greg Valentine and Sensational Sherry, and just like Scott, George Steele stalking around backstage looking for Sherry, but Valentine and Sherry hurried their way to the ring because next is the second Fatal 4-Way. This one, a steel cage match. It's going to be it's going to be Valentine versus Jake Roberts versus Iron Sheik, and Volkov comes out with him, thinking Volkov's going to be in his corner. So it's initially introduced as a triple threat, and I'm taking Scott's idea. Volkov turns on Sheik, and it becomes a 4-Way. Volkov, Sheik, Roberts, and Valentine in a cage match. And this one, Jake has the snake bag in the cage, and after he lays everybody out with a DDT, grab the snake and do whatever the fuck he wants. Jerk it, kiss it, whatever. Just let him be calm. Just let him be comedic as fuck with the snake. Before Sheik attacks him from behind, puts the camel clutch on, before Greg comes in, gives him the big neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. Valentine wins the cage match. And as the cage comes up, Steele is running towards the ring to get to Sherry, but they escape. And then we get a pre-taped interview with Jimmy Snuka. Jimmy Snuka, because it's advertised as he versus Bob Orton Jr. in the main event. And then after that pre-taped interview, Sherry's still running for her life before eventually Steele just looks at the camera and does whatever the fuck he does. And that's the end of that, because he has to go back to the ring for the penultimate match, George Steele versus Jim Neidhart. And these two go on a few minutes, and then Sherry comes out, and Sherry's on the apron distracting Steele, and kisses Steele. And then after the kiss, Neidhart roll up. 1, 2, 3. Neidhart beats George Steele. Now we get to the main event. Jimmy Snuka versus Bob Orton Jr. However, before Snuka could get into the ring, Bob Orton comes out and attacks Snuka, and they're just having a wild brawl all around ringside before Bundy and One Man Gang come out to separate Bob Orton, and then Yokozuna Abdullah the Butcher separates Snuka. Then Albano takes his headset off, grabs the mic, and says, no, the main event now is going to be a 6-man Falls Count Anywhere tag match. It's going to be Bob Orton Jr., King Kong Bundy, and One Man Gang versus Jimmy Snuka, Yokozuna, and Abdullah the Butcher. And this will be the second longest match of the night, about 10 minutes. Bloodbath, forks, tables, chairs, pipes,
What's the kill some old people?
brass knucks. Well, it's mainly Abby and Gang going at it. With
Levi hates the elderly.
And Bundy and Yoko do their shtick while Orton and Snuka, that's the feuds going on here. Orton and Snuka do all the match in the ring. They don't bother getting involved in the brawling where everybody else is
Yoko?
Yeah, what about
Yoko, he's on the outside most of the time, going after Bundy. And then we get the finish where Yoko gets in, bonsai drop to Bundy. 1, 2, 3. Snuka, Yoko, and Abby win the main event. Show over.
It's got Abby as a babyface. Chicken match. Oh, man. What a time for Gobbledygooker to do a run-in.
Guerrero wasn't on this show.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It would have been a great thing to do if it was possible. But man, that would have been good. We all had a tag team main event. We all had like Bundy and Gang, like all associated with each other. I think did we all have Greg and Sherry together?
Yeah.
We all had that. So there was a lot of. And me and Levi almost had two of the same matches, but you had Too Cold, Julio, and Marty, but you threw Tully in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I had just Julio, Marty, and Too Cold in a triple threat. So
I was the smart one who had Jake only out there to 10 to 15 seconds.
Right. Yep. And like I said, with mine, it was 1 or 2 finishes I could do, depending on his condition at the time. If he was okay, do the run-in DDT. If not, you're gone. You don't even need to be on the show.
Now putting together the final card. I think safe bet, SWAT team, Bushwhackers, because Scott and I both had that one, so that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Rogers, Stan Lane, 1-on-1.
Oops. Hang on a second here. Now, what did, let's see, because I had them in my main event as a tag team, but James, what did you have them doing?
It's Stan versus Rogers 1-on-1.
You had Stan versus Rogers, and
I
Levi,
had Stan Rogers 1-on-1. The chicken soup match.
That's the chicken soup match. So
see, mine would just be based on their history, Midnight versus Fantastics.
Right. And I had them in the main event because Stan's a better babyface than a heel, and Tommy's a fantastic babyface, so to have them against Tully and Orton makes sense. But so let's see. I'll just put the matches down at least, and then we can figure out the actual lineup after that. So Mortons versus Herders, and
Herders.
Stan versus Tommy. All right. So next.
Brian, last night I had a crazy dream. I was eating a sheep, and now my pillow's gone. Oh, wait, here's my pillow. What the hell was I eating?
Sorry. Let's see. I would say keep Too Cold, Julio, and Marty in that triple threat match.
Yeah.
So we have Tully free to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do that. Now, what's Tully going to be doing then? What did you have, James? Tully doing?
They had Marty versus Tully.
So we could do that. But no, I have him in the triple threat. So let's take could take Marty out of the triple threat and just put him against Tully here if we wanted to.
Yeah, because Julio versus Scorpio was probably the best actual match.
Right, in the actual show. So that's fine keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Now, who else do we have? I like the Sheik and Volkov thing that I had, but you had him in the cage match. Levi did. And then what did you have them doing, James?
I had Volkov in the main event. With Sheik as a manager.
Right, okay. So there's that.
I say we do Sheik versus Volkov.
Do that thing there.
Sheik versus Volkov in a flag match.
Yes. Yes. There we go.
USA. USA.
Yeah. USA. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot chicken suit.
Loser does the chicken dance.
Uh-huh. Who's left to use? Let's just do Orton and Snuka.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just do that as a one-on-one deal. So that leaves, I think. Let's see. We also do. Let's just do Greg and Neidhart.
Sure.
With Sherry out there. So Greg with Sherry. Because we're saving the big beef for the main event here. So we have Gang, Bundy, Yoko, Abdullah, and was there anybody else? And Jake. And was there anybody else? So we could have. Who was Jake? Oh, Jake was wrestling Julio in James's show. That was the opener deal. So, which I kind of like that. So why don't we let's change up a little bit. Let's do the Julio Jake thing to start the show off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take Julio out of the match against Too Cold and make Tully, Marty, and Too Cold a triple threat.
There we go.
Yep. All right.
Instead. And that's going to leave some heavy meat for the main event there. So Tully, Marty, and Too Cold there. So that leaves, I think it's just going to be a straight-up tag match then. It's going to be Bundy and Gang versus
Yoko and Abby.
Yoko and Abby. Or
you could do a 4-man over-the-top challenge.
Make it a 4-man cage match.
There we go.
Deal.
4-man over-the-top rope challenge.
4-man over-the-top of the cage stampede match.
A bunkhouse match.
Really fuck him up. A what match?
Bunkhouse stampede.
Bunkhouse. Let's just call it that. No cage.
Yeah.
We'll just call it a bunkhouse stampede. We'll do that.
In Mississippi.
In Mississippi, that's right. That's the other thing too. You have to remember the live audience, because I was back and forth on my show whether I was going to have the Tully, Orton, Tommy Stan match as the main event, or put that in the middle of the card and have the Gang, Bundy, Snuka, Yoko match as main event, because those are more prestigious names for pay-per-view. But this being in Mississippi, they love the Southern wrestling, so that's why I had my other tag match 2 at 3 Fall as the main event. So, and let's see. So at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 8 matches. We got 8 matches out of this, which, yeah, I think you could keep it like this too. So this is kind of sort of our amalgam of fixing Heroes of Wrestling between all our 3 shows here. So we have Julio Fantastico against Jake Roberts, James's booking of that match. The Samoans versus the
Herders.
Bush Herders. Yeah, whatever you want to call them. They're men from down under. Stan Lane and Tommy Rogers in a chicken suit match. Triple threat, Tully Blanchard, Marty Jannetty, Too Cold Scorpio. Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov in a flag match. Bob Orton versus Jimmy Snuka. Greg Valentine with Sensational Sherry against Jim Neidhart, and I'll say with George Steele. Or just he gets involved in that match somehow. Because we all had, I think we all had George and Sherry.
Something to do with him too, yeah.
Yep. And main event, Bundy, Gang, Yoko, Abby, slapping meat in a bunkhouse stampede match.
Big beefy men bumping meat.
Bumping meat. And so we got Jake going over Julio. We'll put the Samoans over on the Herders because it's not the opener. Tommy wins the chicken suit match for Stan to do the dance. Tully, Marty, and Too Cold put Tully over on Marty. Sheik and Volkov. Volkov wins. Babyface. Yep. Orton and Snuka. Finish. Broadway. DQ. It's
Snuka.
Not really, Snuka just wins clean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Greg and Neidhart. That's where we'll do DQ. We'll put the DQ in that one. Just because that whole issue, he might have a contract where he can't, job. And then main event, Bundy Gang, Yoko, Abby.
Yoko
wins. And he might have to go over on Gang because I think Bundy also was saying that he had a contract. He couldn't do a job on pay-per-view. So that's that drama for another time. So
okay, Mill-Masteress.
Exactly.
Royab.
Exactly. Flying headbutt, brother. So coming out of this, what do we have to go to? If there was a second Heroes of Wrestling, because we're going to keep going. So Stan Lane's going to want revenge on Tommy Rogers for the chicken soup match. So we need to have a return on that one. So we could have Stan and Tully against Marty
And Rogers.
And Tommy.
Rogers. And God, if it was still in Mississippi, we could totally steal from Mid-South Wrestling, and this is not to sound racist, tar and feather match.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Because they used to do those.
Oh, God.
But in seriousness, we don't have to do that. James went quiet on that one. Levi's gone.
and
We're done.
Okay, after that,
Levi's gone. Wow.
Yoko and Bundy in a
That could be a cage match. We can
Yeah.
do that. That could definitely be a cage match. Bundy's got to go over though.
yeah.
So was it Levi? Come back to us, please.
Have
He's fucking done.
Jake and Sheik and crack pipe on a pole.
In a medicine match. I'm Jake versus Sheik. We're still doing that. Let's see.
Cut.
Cut.
Levi, are you gonna contribute?
Okay. Sherry
If I open
versus
my eyes, will it be bad?
Sherry
versus George Steele in a dress match.
What? You're gonna put George in a dress?
They're both in dresses, and whoever loses is the one to get their
It's like a
dress
tuxedo
stripped.
match.
Exactly.
It's like a tuxedo match, but
So
you know,
a tuxedo and dress match.
yeah, but no, they're just straight dresses. No, fuck
Yeah,
it. He's an
straight
animal.
dresses.
He's crazy. He doesn't know. Put him in
He
a
doesn't
fucking
care.
George won't care. He'll be fine with this.
I don't want to wrestle Elizabeth. It's not Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. I just had that vision in my head of like just him looking at the camera. Elizabeth. Totally throw that
And
out.
then we have Sheik and Volkov again in a rap battle.
Yeah.
We already have Jake and Sheik. We already have Jake and Sheik, but we'll take Sheik out for that then. So it's going to be Sheik, Sheiky baby. No, oh my god, because this never happened. We could rebook this. Hang on.
Oh god. Oh, here we go.
The Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov in a rap battle against ICP.
Oh my god.
See, since it's Heroes of Wrestling 2, we can bring in whoever we
Whatever
want.
we want. Yes.
Yes.
Jake versus Honky. Jake versus Honky. If we're rematching
Guitar on a
WrestleMania
pole.
3. Guitar on a pole. Guitar
And
on a
Jake-
snake.
Guitar
Guitar on a
snake.
snake match.
And Jake gets his revenge by hitting Honky Tonk with the guitar.
Right, there you go. Breaks his neck and ends his career.
Wow.
I love that rap battle idea. God damn. You know they would love that.
Who?
It's 99 now, because a lot of
No,
guys are under
February of
contract.
2000.
February 2000, you're right. So, but all three companies are still going at that point. So
Yeah.
a lot of guys are under contract.
Well,
So,
could bring in some ECW names since
You
they're
could.
not
Or
really
anywhere.
exclusive.
Yeah, they got a year to go. Oh man.
No, with the rap battle, you know who's the person who is the
MC.
host of it?
MC.
PN News. Yes,
Yes. Done.
the Heroes of Wrestling rap.
February 2000 now.
Who's all
What's
of it?
Funk? What's Terry Funk doing? Is he in WCW at this point?
Yes, he is.
Shit. All right. Well, he's
He
got
and
a sick.
Flair are feuding.
I was going to say he had a sick horse and he does the pay per view. Well, Dory Funk
Yeah.
Junior.
Yes.
We
We
could
could
do Dory
do
Funk
have
Jr.
Dory and
Dory and this could actually be a straight up serious match. We could have Dory against like Bob Backlund. Or something like that.
Nick Bockwinkel was advertised for this show for the
You're
first
right.
Heroes of Wrestling and wasn't there.
But I don't know. 2000. Funk still wrestles. Dory does. So I don't know about Nick. I don't know about Nick at this point.
Backlund what? Oh wait, Backlund was in the WWF. He was managing Kurt. He was managing Kurt. He came back for the Rumble, then he managed Kurt for a bit.
Damn.
Yep.
All right, ruined that idea. So who's like an old school guy that we could go out there and have a match with Dory Funk?
Steamboat?
Steamboat 2000? He's not an agent yet, right?
No. But he's still retired.
Yeah, he's retired. So
Piper's contract Piper was gone from WCW by that point.
Piper would not do this. But I'll throw his fucking name down just to say so. It's fantasy,
Piper's Pit with Jimmy Snuka.
Yes.
Yep, that's it. All right, we'll do that instead.
What was Arn Anderson doing at this point? Was
WCW agent.
I thought so.
Yep.
I thought so.
And Arn couldn't take a bump.
No. Let's see. So we need we don't have, and again, we don't have to use all the same people from the previous show.
Paulie versus Paul Roma.
Well, we already have Stan and Tully against Marty and Tommy.
Yeah.
He has that at the tag match.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you did say Paul Roma. We could do Paul Roma against Julio. No, Julio's in ECW, I think, at this point.
Yeah. Who's another terrible horseman? The battle to see who the worst member was. Roma and
McMichael.
Mongo, yeah.
Yeah, Mongo.
Mongo and Paul Roma.
Mongo and Paul Roma. Loser, winner becomes a horseman. God damn.
Shoot.
Jeez.
I would say no. Scott Hall wouldn't do this, but he was still under contract with WCW.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now
Sid's in WCW this too, right?
Yeah, Sid's in
Sid's the
WCW.
world champ.
Sid's world champ. Okay.
Bring in Shamrock. Bring in Shamrock because he wasn't anywhere at this point.
Shamrock wouldn't do this.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, but it's
unless they would want to do Shamrock versus Severn.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's another match. Severn
We'll write
Shamrock.
that down.
The match the WWF wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And we make it a cage match.
We already have the main event as a cage match, but we could drop it. We could make Shamrock Severn the main event cage match instead of Bundy and Yoko. We could do that.
Yeah.
So just pulling it out of our ass for the second Heroes of Wrestling, we have Stan Lane and Tully Blanchard against Marty Jannetty and Tommy Rogers. We have Jake the Snake Roberts against Honky Tonk Man, rematch from WrestleMania 3. We have Sensational Sherry and George Steele in a dress match. We have Bundy versus Yoko. You can have a stipulation, you don't have to. Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov against the Insane Clown Posse in a rap battle hosted by PN News. And your main event in a cage, Shamrock versus Severn for the NWA World Title.
Yes!
Nobody cares about it at that point.
If he was even the champion at the time.
I don't think it mattered. I don't think it fucking mattered at that point. Because who was it fucking champion? Was it
Let me look
no, not Hashimoto.
I can always look up
It could have been vacant. It could have been Colorado Kid. Trying to remember February 2000. Yeah, I have to look it up.
NWA World Title. Okay, wait a minute. February of 2000. Gary Steele.
Oh, it's in England. Okay, it's in England at that time. Well, the NWA, to get it on pay-per-view, they would strip Gary Steele of the title and just bring it over.
Shamrock Severn.
Shamrock Severn, NWA World Title cage match. That's your main event for Heroes of Wrestling 2. And, let's see. Tully could totally fuck that match up and claim the belt for himself. Because he never got the world title.
This is mine.
This is mine.
Setting up Heroes of Wrestling 3.
Yep.
3. Heroes of Wrestling 3. Tully Blanchard versus Severn versus Shamrock in a triple threat for the NWA title in a ladder match.
Chicken suit ladder match, world title cage match.
Yes.
It's your idea, kid.
No, it's all right.
See how fun booking can be?
This week in wrestling.
This week in wrestling. Well, Numbnuts Tony Khan officially owns Ring of Honor now. So that happened. Backlash is tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep.
You have the Owen Hart Cup brackets for both sides.
Yep. You have that going on.
Sunny went to jail and got released.
And yeah.
But she's been charged and faces life in prison.
Mm-hmm. We found Butch. Butch is back on SmackDown. Butch came back. That happened.
Cody Broken Skull Sessions, watch it.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
And other than that,
yeah.
It's just a slow time for wrestling.
Right.
Yeah, post WrestleMania, it's just
Although I will give Adam Page credit. He actually called out Punk on if they have a match, it's not going to be a masturbatory Bret Hart tribute match, which I liked him doing that because I was very disappointed to hear that FTR's 1-in-1 match was basically that. They couldn't give us any kind of match, and instead they just decided to copy Owen and Bret from WrestleMania 10. Or maybe it wasn't that match, but still, they borrowed it.
It was pretty much copying that match.
It was that one? Okay, I thought it was maybe a different match, but yeah, what the fuck are these guys doing? I mean, it's one thing to be lazy, but stealing spots from other matches is what you do on the independents when people are fucking watching at home and want to see first-run TV. So this is really
And Brett's not even coming to AEW.
No. He's back under a contract with Vince. So
that's only that's like a non-exclusive right now, but
really? Okay.
Even if he was free, I don't think they would bring him in because if Martha is involved with this, there's still heat between Martha and Brett.
Yep.
And if she says no Brett, then no Brett.
Yeah. End of story. So these guys got to get their fucking shit together. That's why I was so disappointed to hear about FTR doing that. And it's one of those things, too, like, oh my god, that match was great. And then somebody on Twitter says, yeah, but... and then here's the spot for the match. Here's the spot from Brett and Owen. Yeah, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I'm still out of it from the rap battle.
Dude, that would be the greatest segment in the history of wrestling.
Ever.
Sheik calling ICP a bunch of jabronis.
Honestly, the only reason I even thought of that was because the U-Shoot with Insane Clown Posse from Kayfabe Commentaries is available on YouTube right now for free. Please watch it. It's really good. I've seen clips of it, but never saw the whole thing. And I have a great new respect for those guys after watching it.
Yeah, they've got a lot. They're releasing a bunch of stuff a month. They just
Wait a minute.
What?
James?
Yes.
Are you Shaggy 2 Dope in disguise?
No.
Where do you live?
Michigan.
Michigan? Where are they from?
Michigan.
They know all about wrestling. You know all about wrestling. You don't see your feet. You're fucking Shaggy Tune Up. I know it. I fucking know it.
Clip that, please.
I got him, didn't I? The logic was there. Answer the question, sir.
Whoop whoop.
Actually, oh man, that's great. That was great. Actually, I know you're not too Shaggy tuned up because you don't say "no one saying" after everything you say. Because I'm like, God.
Oh my God.
Every fucking line, Shaggy tuned up. Yeah, we didn't fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we did that match and we just didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking time he says that. So I can't watch it more than once.
Mannerisms, man.
But speaking of Michigan, they just released the timeline WWE 1995 with Nash.
Yeah, but Nash, yes, that's out there.
Both disc 1 and 2.
Yep, both parts. Very good. Yeah, it's a very good one.
There's a lot of good stuff, and they just... If you're not subscribed to that channel, subscribe to them, because they release brand new stuff monthly, and it's a rotation.
Right. Just to get you to go to their KC Vault and buy their stuff, which is a great idea.
I think they got a WWE 1990 with Bruce Pritchard.
Yes, they do. That's out.
Where he tries to explain how the Red Rooster was not a rib.
The second time he's done that, too. He did that also in the guest booker he did with them. And honestly, if you listen and hear what Bruce says, it does make sense the way he explains it. Because who the fuck was Terry Taylor to Vince? Like he's going to waste time and millions of dollars of airtime just to play a rib on him. That doesn't make sense.
Red Rooster.
I wish they would come out with brand new timelines.
But
it's like
that
kayfabe commentaries has basically been replaced by all these wrestler podcasts.
Right. They started doing all that stuff. They took the concept and just created all these different avenues with it. And then WWE was like, we should jump on board here. Let's start having our wrestlers do interviews. Oh, Steve Austin, what are you doing now?
Apparently, Undertaker may be having one on the network.
There you go. That makes sense.
That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's got so many stories and so much to talk about.
Tommy can't tell because.
You know what's funny? If when this happens and Tiger has his own interview show, who do you think his first guest would be?
Shawn Michaels.
Probably.
Yes.
Shawn or Foley.
Hey, remember that time I almost kicked your ass at WrestleMania? For real?
Yep. Yeah, that's so funny. That's true. And how he lied to Shawn when Shawn confronted him about it. No, I didn't do that.
The first episode, Godfather. All the drunk stories we would hear from Dad. Oh my God! Actually, I never did say you were a positive influence.
Yes. There would be a lot of stories on there, but a lot of times they'd be saying, we can't talk about that one. No, we can't talk about that one.
Right.
We could talk about it, we just can't talk about it on the air.
Right, yeah.
Statute of limitations.
Oh, God.
I love the guest booker series. When they have the guest booker,
so many.
I snagged up so many of those to get ideas.
They still have the Cornet rebooking the Invasion, I believe, still up.
I think so. Yep. The Sullivan one was the first one I ever got. That was brilliant. Which I got that one. I had the Al Snow one, which wasn't much for booking. That was more just a re-education on the business.
What was the best match of WrestleMania 3?
Exactly. Hogan Andre. And Dutch Mantell was one. That was good for the stories more than the rebooking. Bruce Pritchard's was good, but that was more for the explanation of WWE product than the booking exercise itself. Greg Gagne was a waste of time. Gary Hart's is good. That was up some point ago, and there's clips of it out there. So if you can find the Gary Hart one, a lot of good stories there too. But you have to remember, Uncle Gary remembers things one way, and other people remember it the other way. Take your pick on who's telling the truth. But yeah, those were good too. Raven did a guest booker one time. My God, Shawn wanted to throttle him. just couldn't keep focus. His blood sugar was all over the place. He hadn't eaten yet. He's just throwing stupid ideas out. Like, why are we doing that though? What are you asking me for? You're writing this shit. And then eventually,
the timeline series is great.
yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
the
You
Timeline
shoots.
97 with Cornette. I love that one.
Yep.
The timeline 95 with Nash talking about that bitch Lisa Wolf.
Yes. Yep.
Basically anything involving Nash and kayfabe commentaries brings up Lisa Wolf.
Always. Yep. And in the interview with Scott Hall. Is Wolf too. Other good timelines.
Well, no, that brings me up a question. Like in those,
Ivory did one either 2000 or 2001. Ivory did a timeline. That was a good one too.
Russo did 2000.
WCW.
Brett did 92 WWF. Vader did WCW 93. Bischoff did WCW 94.
That's a good one.
I think Sullivan did WCW 96.
Yep.
Luger did WWF 93.
JJ does WCW 88, I think. I think that's what he does.
Yeah, because Tully does 89.
Okay, right.
No, Tully does 88. JJ does 89, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I know Wyndham does 91.
Right. Cornette does a timeline too. I think he maybe does 89 WCW.
Yes, that's it.
And Dylan does WWF 89, something like that.
Yeah. Cornette does 89 and 90 WCW.
Okay.
I know Bruno does one for the 60s.
Yes, that's a great one. That's a lot.
Honky Tonk does 87.
Yep.
Zabisco does like 81 or 80 or no 80
81.
Because
it
was 80 because Martel did 81.
Right. Yep. And the Zabisco one's really good too. A lot of good stories in that one. And forget what else is in there.
There's ECW ones like Todd Gordon did 93
and 94.
No, Shane did 94.
Did he? Oh, okay. I could swear that.
Shane did 94. Van Dam did 99. I know New Jack did one.
I think Just Incredible does 2000.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I was gonna ask, like during those shoots, I always love when they did the dick bag and
oh yeah,
use a hoe bag. Use a hoe. I don't know what my favorite one of those would be. I don't know. Scorpios was always fucking entertaining.
New Jack's reaction to Jasmine St. Clair is priceless. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Or Balls Mahoney doing the hoe bag. He's just always, if you fuck around the business, you're a hoe.
You're a hoe. Kevin Nash doing the hoe bag. Holly, hoe bag.
Or the first few ones. No. If I wasn't married, she'd be my wife. If I wasn't married, she'd be my wife.
Yep.
If I wasn't married, she'd be my wife.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you shoot with Amazing Kong. That's a good one. Watch her doing the whole bag. When it comes to what was it, fucking midnight? She's bitch, funky bitch. Pay my aunt the money you owe her for watching your damn kids. Oh man, love that.
Dixie did a U shoot, which was
Dixie did a U shoot. Russo did a U shoot. Jamie Dundee U shoot.
Sandman did a
Sandman.
Yep, Sandman did a U shoot.
Sandman talking 9/11.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Waltman did
yeah. Timeline WWF 94 was Waltman.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And him doing the hoe bag and the dick bag.
Yes.
Missy Hyatt did a U shoot.
Oh God, yep, Waltman hoe bag. Lillian Garcia. Big Bush.
That's common knowledge.
Sorry, Vamp, but you're full of shit.
Oh yeah, Vampiro did a U shoot. Yes, that's a crazy one. Fuck, Vampiro's one is really weird. Who else is out there? My God, there's a lot of good stuff, and there's stuff like kind of like off the beaten path that those guys they did too. Like they did top fives.
Yeah.
top 5 most despised wrestler, top 5 baby face.
Wrestling's most botched.
Biggest
I was actually
botches.
watching the one when they talked about Vince tearing his quads at Rumble 05.
Yep.
And they
And I
talked
like how-
about Booker. They talked the Booker T promo at Spring Stampede.
Yep.
Yes.
The
And I like how
Shockmaster.
And I like how during talking about 05 Rumble, New Jack just goes on tangents the whole time. Doesn't even really talk about it.
No.
And with Waltman, he was there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Top 5 managers. Bobby's number 1. Bobby Heenan, Cornette. What was it? It was like a lot of the guys like Captain Lou's not on the list, and this guy's not on the list, and blah blah blah. It was all basically Southern guys.
They did the Ring Roast series.
Ring Roast. I ordered Ring Roast 3 and sent it back because it was so bad. I emailed Kayfabe Commentary and said, "This is horrible. I want my money back." They said, "We can't give your money back. We'll send you another DVD if you want." I said, "Give me the Gabe Sapolsky, Kevin Sullivan, DS Booker. It's no better." That one's kind of a joke too. But
And they also had the Supercard one where you had a certain wrestler talk about the road to whatever. They have the Bundy one. They had the Bundy one on YouTube with him going to the road to WrestleMania 2.
uh-oh. Who posted what, Levi?
What did Zach say?
Yeah, what did Zach say? Zach had been very quiet.
For once, it wasn't Zach. It was
Oh, God.
fucking Mean Metal Mike. Could Terry Funk do a hoe bag?
Hey, what was okay, I
Oh,
give
God.
names from the past, and Terry, you say if they're a hoe, they're a hoe. If they're cool, they're cool.
Now, wait a minute. The only hoe I know is the thing you use in the garden. Is that what I'm liking them to?
If they're skanky, they're skanky. If not, they're not.
Oh, like an egg-sucking dog like that Dusty Rhodes? I'm asking a question. I need an answer.
If they take it up the pooper for 50 cents.
Take himself off video. Thank you. I can't top that now. Don't even worry the names. I can't top that. All right, go ahead, throw the names out.
All right.
Hold on, Terry Funk.
Okay. Missy Hyatt.
I think she's wonderful. She's a great girl. She's a hell of a vacuum cleaner.
All right. Tammy Sitch.
Who?
Okay. Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, she's wonderful. I think Elizabeth's great. I got no problem with her at all. Goddamn.
Sherry Martel.
Now there's a nut. That girl is crazy. I remember I walked up to her and said, "My name is Terry." She said, "I don't give a shit," and slapped me in the goddamn face. What a hoe bag.
Stephanie McMahon.
No comment.
Okay, then. Fabulous Moolah.
She's a lovely young lady.
Mae Young.
She's lovely. She's lovely.
And Levi's gone.
Levi, you got to think at 9. You better be ready to hit the stop button.
All right, dickbag. If they're an asshole, they're an asshole. Terry Funk, if they're an asshole, they go in the dickbag. All right, Ric Flair.
I think I'd be insulting dicks to call Ric Flair a dick.
Dusty Rhodes.
That egg-sucking dog can kiss my ass. What a dick.
Vince
Big,
McMahon.
smelly, butchered up, goddamn plumber dick.
Vince McMahon.
Oh, I love Vince to death. He's a great man. I got no problem with Vince whatsoever. I had a sick horse at home, and I got to go home and take care of that horse just because Vince let me do that. He's a wonderful boy like that, dick.
Eric Bischoff.
Fuck him.
Jim Cornette.
I love Jimmy. Jimmy's a great guy. Jimmy's a good boy. I had a lot of fun with Jimmy back in the old days. I did my first moonsault at one of his Smoky Mountain shows. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Still don't either. But I like Jimmy. He's a good boy.
Paul Heyman.
Holy dangerously. Where the fuck's my money, you Jap bitch?
Ricky Steamboat.
Steamboat's a great man. I love Steamboat. He's a good man.
Mick Foley.
That boy's been riding my goddamn coattails for long enough. He can go fuck himself. Dick.
Taz.
You talking about the cartoon character?
I'm talking about the guy who thought he was tough in ECW.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of a dick, yeah. I could see people thinking he has kind of the dickish qualities of some people out there. But he's okay. He's okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I love Steve. He's a good boy. I like Steve a lot.
Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes. He probably smells as bad as his old man's penis, so he's a dick.
Yeah. Shane McMahon.
There's one, and then after this, you have to ask Terry the question that kayfabe commentaries always ask people, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Shane McMahon.
Shane's a good boy. I like Shane. He ain't no dick. He's a good boy. I like him very much.
All right. I got one more question for you, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
How big's Batista's dick?
Excuse me?
You heard the question.
How big is what?
Batista's, well, you know. Somebody sent in the question.
Why do I even do these things anymore? What has happened to this business? I need to get the hell out of here. I gotta take a shit. Be right back. Gotta wipe my flare and take a dusty roads.
Levi, you can come back now.
I'm back, boy. Come on.
Oh my
There he
god!
is. There
I'm
he is.
fucking dead! I'm fucking dead! I was literally hyperventilating for a bit.
James, thank you for the premise. It
Oh,
was all James'
my
idea.
God.
I had nothing to do with it.
My face.
Anyway, we still,
My stomach.
No.
got about 45 45 minutes left.
Well, I mean,
mean,
he's got till
this
9,
is
so we have
this
plenty
is this is the anniversary, and we're gonna make it.
I have broken this boy. Look
Oh
how bad
my
he
God.
is.
Broken, yeah.
You are
An addiction.
How big is Batista's diction?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Ask Melina.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Ask Melina's vagina.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
I'm surprised
hi,
I'm
everybody.
not in
So,
tears
Heroes
right
of
now.
Wrestling. Let's go. Heroes of Wrestling. Wait, let's go.
all right.
Match 1.
Heroes of Wrestling 4. A tournament to crown the first ever Heroes of Wrestling champion.
Vince Russo is the new booker. He's coming to take over.
We have Abdullah the Butcher against somebody in a pizza slicer on a pole.
Yep. Against New Jack, because by this point, ECW, WCW are out of business. So, yeah. Abby versus
Yes.
New Jack. Pizza slicer on the pole match. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's happening. Let's. Yeah.
Iron Sheik
Iron Sheik
and
versus Iron Sheik versus Abdullah the Butcher never happened. That should have happened, or they should have been a tag team. I thought that would have been make sense. Iron Sheik versus Crack Pipe on a pole
against
Iron Sheik is on a pole with a crack pipe.
yes.
He wrestles the crack pipe on the pole. That's
Okay.
It's Russo
right.
booking. We're Russo
Bro.
here. Bro.
Okay, so let's see. Mike Sanders versus
Versus the microphone because he always jobbed.
oh, Okay.
Russo
Russo booking.
Booking here.
All right.
All right. Let's see.
Tank Abbott against
Dan Severn for the NWA World Title. Yep, so that's that.
Severn wins.
Severn wins. Yeah. Yeah. We have to do that. Evan Courageous versus Goldberg's crotch. If you know the story, you know why I'm saying that. Let's see.
Medusa versus
Oklahoma, because Russo's there. Ferrara has to be there too, so that's going to happen.
So yeah, the WCW Cruiserweight title.
Cruiserweight title, yep, on a pole. Yep. Oh, that's it. That's the whole show. Heroes of Wrestling on a pole. So
it's at a strip club.
Yes! There you go, even better. Now, since we're probably into 2001 by now, like I said, there's only one company at this point. You have Ring of Honor starting to develop. There's a lot of independents out there. You know, you can get a lot of girls that are transitioning from the strip stage to the ring. That's fine. So you could get that going on. Levi, would you please come back, please?
Come back.
Boy, get up here now.
Levi, you will come back to us. Yes. Oh. Why are you flipping off the guest?
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Diction. God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new kayfabe shoot interview with Chris Barnes. What? I didn't sign up for this, but okay, I'm here. Where's my bungee cush? That's good shit.
That's great shit.
All right, ask me whoever, and I'll say whatever I think.
No, the better shoot would be with Krusty.
I remember back 1957. I'm doing a show at the local,
what the fuck's it called? I'm trying to remember the name of the place.
VFW Hall.
No, not VFW Hall. God, what would it be? Boy, got me distracted over here.
Anyway,
I'm doing a show at the local theater there, and there's that gorgeous George dude right there in the front row. So I go up and I'm like, hey, gorgeous George, pro wrestling. And I started making fun of him. I took the bucket, and I didn't have the water in there. I threw a bunch of shit on him because I grabbed the wrong bucket, messed up his hair and everything. And then he got me in the back, and he put me in a chokehold, put his nuts right down my throat, and now I sound like this.
Are you
so
sure
that's why you sound like that?
Voluntarily take them in your mouth beforehand? Because I wouldn't put it past you that you volunteered for that.
Hey, guys, Sean Oliver's coming, so you better start acting right.
Hey, Sean.
Fuck you, Sean. You didn't give me my Pineapple Express.
He's not buying your volcano insurance.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean, you see that mountain right next to the building? It shoots a bunch of hot bullshit. Just get your fucking insurance, please.
Didn't he pay Conan and Conan no-showed?
Yes. $500.
$500, took the money and ran.
Hey, by the way, Sean, I'm friends with Conan. He gives me some Tijuana medicine, and it's fucking tasty. So fuck you.
So what do we got on plan for the next few weeks or months, or if we still have a show?
Yeah, there's that.
God, what has happened to me tonight?
Dude, you've been smoking some of that shit.
Lettuce.
Or Spanish trampoline. How about that? Anyways.
We all bounce on a Spanish trampoline. Spanish trampoline. The Spanish trampoline. We all bounce on a Spanish... What? Sorry. You were saying?
Alright, to somewhat get me back to sane territory.
Hey, wrong show for that time.
So, a reminder of what's coming through July. Next week, we're back to the John Cena top 10 list as we're doing the top 10 worst Cena matches. Yes, that was very Mexican tasting because I've had nothing but Mexican food the past 2 days. And good God, my stomach will never forgive me for it. Then the next week after that will be episode 100, where we're probably going to do what we've been doing tonight, and that's goof off but answer questions from y'all.
Yep.
Then
or we'll just ask questions to each other and we answer them in wrestler voices.
So a normal show.
or other voices. But then to end May, we're doing WCW Slamboree 1994. Then June... Oh boy.
The night Rick Rude had a gun in his car and threatened to shoot Bischoff.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Maybe. Well, actually, no. Bischoff wanted the... I'll explain it, but Bischoff wanted the belt back and had to get it from the trunk of Rude's car, which had a gun in it.
Then for June, we kick things off for June with ECW One Night Stand 2006. Then to conclude the John Cena stuff, top 10 John Cena feuds. Then the week after that, since it's 20 years since it's happened, and the company's still going to this day under a different name, TNA's first ever show in 2002.
Which is on YouTube. That's the only reason we're talking about it.
I have the DVD.
Anyways, and then the final week of June, UWF Beach Brawl.
Yes! Finally, we get to talk about a really bad show.
Really bad show.
I mean, this show, this one is like one of the worst things ever in the history.
Not as bad as Heroes
ever.
of Wrestling.
Heroes of Wrestling still had Stan Lane and Tully Blanchard in a solid match. UWF Beach Brawl has
nothing.
Between Sonny's legs, nothing.
Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Anyway.
Or trying to puncture a Capri Sun with a wet spaghetti noodle.
I could see your kidneys through there.
Then
it's
for
like
July...
Lois.
Oh, God. And
Really
then...
after Cruz was born.
Oh, God. And then for July, 4th of July weekend, how appropriate, WCW Great American Bash 1992. Then the week after that, it's SummerSlam 92. Week after that, top 10 SummerSlam Intercontinental Championship matches. And ending SummerSlam portion, because we're now going to be there the final week of July, because that's when SummerSlam's happening, on a Saturday, which I still...
Reasons.
And in
Saturday
July
pay-per-views are better.
And
July
then,
I don't get, but...
Yeah. And then to conclude July, it'll be Bret Hart's SummerSlam history. And then for August, probably throw in a Road Wild and maybe even cover a TNA show to happen in August and then a couple of random things. You never know with us.
Another list.
Never really know. Mm-hmm.
Yep, another list.
And another retrospective probably of some sort.
And then September as
that would
Fall
probably
Brawl.
be like Fall Brawl, Unforgiven, mostly.
Best of War Games or Best of whatever.
Top 10 War Games matches.
Maybe.
And that's encompassing everything. WCW, WWE.
Well, no, we're just going to stick with traditional War Games.
And then October, probably more Halloween Havocs and stuff. And of course, November Survivor Series.
October, Kane's 25th anniversary. We got to do something.
Something for Kane, yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, let me look at the calendar.
We do top 10 Kane matches, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, we should do the whole month about Kane. October, all Kane. We could do top 10 Kane matches. We could do a retrospective on a certain year of his run. I would like to talk 2003.
We talking 97, 98 would be perfect.
Yeah, but, well, I would do that, but you've done that on your channel. And I don't
2003 would be interesting.
Yeah, because started with the mask and then the end with no mask and all the random.
Or wait a minute, we could talk 2002 and 03.
Yeah,
both years combined.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Wait a minute.
Actually, wait, no. From when he came back with the half mask through WrestleMania 20.
That's what I was going to say.
Ah, yes.
Because pretty much WrestleMania 20 was like kind of the end of Kane as a monster, if you will.
Yeah, it really was.
And I got an idea for September, because, correct me if I'm wrong, we have not talked One Night Only.
Yeah, we haven't talked One Night Only.
Because this September's the 25th anniversary of that show.
Mm-hmm. You know what, also during September we should also do, since it'll be 25 years since this, the September 22nd, 97 Raw. The Stunner heard around the world, and Cactus Triple H.
Or, wait a minute, top 10 Austin McMahon moments.
Yeah.
Something, I mean, freestyling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all
motherfuckers sing some kind of motherfucking game?
Top 10 WrestleLicious matches.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
I'd plead the fifth on that because I've never seen
WrestleLicious. And you would have to sing the WrestleLicious theme, Levi.
Yes, you would. Yes.
WrestleLicious. WrestleLicious.
Everyone has to come up with their own WrestleLicious line, because they all had a certain line to describe their characters.
The debut in wrestling of Lacey Von Erich.
Yep, that's the law. Yeah, I had a friend of mine who wrestled in that company, so yeah, she got paid for it and she was happy.
And the kid who founded it went broke, so.
Yes, he did. Yep. Yep. Thanks, Jimmy Hart.
Ho ho! I'll get you a title shot and a wrestling deal. Ho ho!
Hey, baby! Hey, baby!
Oh, boy. And then, of course, November Survivor Series. New list, couple of shows.
We can also do Starrcade, too, because, you know, the earlier Starrcades were November. And November to Remember's in there, too, and, you know.
Triple A when Worlds Collide.
That's in November too. Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yep, a couple weeks ago.
Because we've done the worst pay-per-view and now arguably one of the best.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
and that's on YouTube as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we have plenty of stuff to pull from and everything else.
Yep.
Anything but Japan stuff, because Japan of how strict they are with their. You can't even talk about them without them pulling, which is why, you know, people who do the reviews on the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, just be careful what you show or not show, because Bushiroad and TV Asahi, they will pull your shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. True that.
Like, that's the only reason I don't talk Japan on my channel. I would want to. There's a lot of great stuff from Japan wrestling history I would love to talk about, but hell, I'm shocked the 2 New Japan stuff I have not been pulled.
Right.
But it's one of those, you gotta tread lightly because of just how strict Japanese copyright law is compared to American copyright law. And it's not just with wrestling, it's with all Japanese media.
Yeah. But, honestly, we probably should have stopped the show after Terry Funk went ham, but I guess after
we had time to fill.
Yeah, we had a lot of time to fill since we had 2 pullouts and somebody changed the schedule on us. So, yeah.
And
you're welcome.
Out.
I have no eyes. It's all gone.
Dude, and Levi, you can just cut the stuff after in post-production.
Yeah, if you wanted to. If you got the balls.
NWA, Cardona versus Flair.
They never retweeted that shit. Never acknowledged it.
Pussies.
Bastards. Fuck you. Smashing Pumpkins suck. Which they do. It's not my fault. Sorry.
Wow. Anyway. But yeah, Levi, you know you can just
cut. Bing bong.
You know you can just cut a lot of this shit out in post after it's already uploaded. Just cut after we talk about Heroes of Wrestling.
You know what's funny? I actually thought about it after Scott, you broke me to no end. Thinking about taking that part of the episode, calling it Terry Funk's You Shoot Hoe Bag Dick Bag. and see how many views it gets just from the title.
Oh God!
And it'll be like clickbait. Well, thank you. I'll take your clicks very gladly.
Exactly.
But no, you honestly, if you want to cut half this shit out, go ahead.
I'm not going to. I've never cut anything before, so there you go.
Except Heroes of Wrestling audio only.
That wasn't my fault.
That wasn't his fault.
That was fucking YouTube's fault.
Yep.
In fact, the episode's still up apparently. The episode's still up on Twitch. The original episode is still on Twitch. Last I remembered. Let me actually, I have not checked to see if it's still there, because I don't remember if I saved it as a highlight or not. Let me actually, while that's in my head. Let's see. Heroes of Wrestling. Yes, it's still up. It's still up. All 2 hours and 50 minutes of just what the hell did I fucking witness? Or let me try doing my Plankton voice. What in the fuck did I just witness? You'll never get your formula. You'll never get your formula crabs. Nice guys finish last.
I'd like to take this Krabby Patty and shove it up where the sun don't shine on your ass. Oh, you can go fuck yourself.
Come eat at the Chum Bucket every fucking day. You can buy our food and fill yourself up full of shit. There's an actual video of Mr. Lawrence doing like person
right.
Chum
There is
Bucket.
that. Yes, there is that. You can suck my tentacles.
Oh God. But anyways, yeah. Kiss my shiny metal ass. Bite my shiny metal ass. There we go.
What was even the topic tonight?
I have no fucking clue.
I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I don't, because I've lost brain cells tonight because of this.
Chicken soup.
But then again, I never had brain cells to begin with, so
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup, man.
I was originally going to call it a chicken match, and their hands are filled with chickens, like they just got whole chickens for fists, like an actual chicken fight.
They throw raw chicken at each other, and whoever gives salmonella to their opponent first.
Yes.
What's going on? Are you going to try and call me a member of ICP again? You know what I'm saying?
Confirmed.
It's still funny that you got him.
No, that stare was more at chickens for hands match over here. What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never seen that?
Yes, I have, but it's like, why?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you smoke crack.
Yeah.
Crack is whack.
Whack.
Where's Tyrone Biggums when you need him? Hey, it's me, Tyrone Biggums.
When you buy from Black's. Black's hardware store. There's a white guy selling it behind.
Government came and took my baby.
There you go.
Jeff does not use drugs. He's an alcoholic.
Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs because they're bad. Okay.
Fear ain't never a factor for me, Joe Rogan. I'm just trying to find some crack rocks.
I smoke rocks.
Is anthrax bad?
See what I'm saying?
Seriously, I think we should cut a lot of this crap.
I smell somebody cooking. Smells like Cajun
Levi.
steaks, catfish, and fried peppers.
Hey, so pretty much you're gonna have to cut like half of this episode out. Because just so that the episode doesn't get flagged.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to.
I've said worse on here. It doesn't matter.
Dude,
I've said far worse.
but dude, seriously, you're gonna have to cut like half of this episode out.
I'll leave it in your very capable hands. You get any copyright shit or whatever, I'll leave it up to you.
That's not the case.
Well, not even copyright, just flagged for whatever.
Well, your channel's not flagged for kids, right?
No.
So yeah, so fuck it.
Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. After all, we had Terry Funk over here call Tammy Sitch a who?
Stu Hart, you shoot for episode 100.
Dickbag Hobag with Stu.
Oh God,
that's not a dickbag. That's my son Bruce.
That's not a hoe. That's my son Bruce. That made more sense.
But anyways, I think it's a good time to wrap up.
Let's just cut it. Screw it. Next week, top 10 worst John Cena matches. See y'all next week.
Yeah. So, but before that, it's plug time.
No plugs. No plugs. Let's just pull the plug.
We are Pro Wrestle. Check him out on YouTube. It's Mr. Scott on YouTube. Me on YouTube.
Bye.
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 I'm dead.